Welcome to the big show, episode 7, Life Beyond the Jersey with Hallie and Joey. Don't do what we did. We're telling you about our stories. We're not suggesting you do these things, but it is real life in college. So learn from our mistakes. Don't play Edward 40 hands.
Do not.
What's up, dude?
How's it going? It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. You've been traveling.
I have been very busy.
You've been doing things.
My kid was not happy with me last night.
Reagan?
Yeah, she walked in the cage and she was like, what the heck? I was like, what? She was like, you left me with Kenna for 2 hours for 2 weeks. Where have you been?
She wasn't that animated when she first walked in. Like her like the first time she came to the cage.
Oh, no. She
was a nice, sweet.
Super quiet.
Yeah, quiet.
She was with Shelby before me.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever Shelby did, it was like 2 summers ago, did that long like month off or whatever, a lot of her kids came to me for that time, and Regan just didn't go back. Because she was working on slapping, and Shelby doesn't do slapping.
Yeah.
It just worked. But yeah, when she first started, she was like super quiet.
Yeah, no, she's not.
Yeah, not at all. Now I can't get her to stop.
Well, it's officially the day after signing day.
It is.
I didn't sign.
I didn't sign either.
I wanted to go back to college for one more year.
I would give anything to go back to college for one more year and pause my adult responsibilities.
If any college needs a washed-up baseball player who is 35 and can't really throw but can be a great teammate.
Yeah, I could do that. I can be a voice in the dugout.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. I am
leader.
the hype man.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
I'll take a scholarship. Well, on that, today's episode, we'll talk about the recruiting process, your experience in it, my experience in it, and kind of what we've seen through our athletes.
100%.
Mine was...
you have to have some kind of recruiting story. You went to 15 colleges.
I did. Well, I guess that's fair.
So you have
that's fair.
7 different recruiting stories.
Yeah, but did you ever go on visits?
Yes. You never went on a visit? No way. I went on 7.
I don't know if it was because we couldn't afford the visits or... I got letters and I got letters of intent and I got offers and stuff, but...
But you didn't
I don't remember going to
see the college before you decided to go
No.
there. Woo-wee.
I don't remember going to see Florida Gulf Coast University before I went there.
That's insane.
It's
to me.
2 hours away.
That's wild.
Actually,
you could have ridden the sun around. You could have gotten on a train.
maybe.
It's like $4 to ride that train.
I don't know if I did or not. Well, I think it was because one of my good friends, Kevin Bryant, and Zach Berger, who I grew up with Kevin Bryant playing Little League, and Zach Berger knew him in high school from my same area. Kevin committed, and then that was like, oh, I know him. I committed. I don't know that I went to. I might have, but I don't know that I went to go look at it. I had offers from University of Kentucky, Western Kentucky. I had offers from, not Stony Brook. What's that? What's that? There's a college in New York. My friend Melissa went there, and Nick Martinez. It might have been Stony Brook University. So I had offers from out of state places, Virginia, and I never took a visit.
Out of state, I understand that more. If you're not actually interested in the college.
I think I was so caught up in you got to go D1, so take whatever D1's going to take you go.
Yeah.
And I think I my advice is, especially now to my nephew, is dude, throw the D1 dream out the window. For the first 2 years. For boys, it's different. Because what D1 coach wants the 17-year-old Michael Gonick, fresh out of high school, when they can have the 21-year-old who still has 4 years of eligibility, that has already played JUCO and is 22, 23, has more chort as a man, has gone through some through the college stuff, has weightlifted, and they have the same eligibility. Why would you take a 17-year-old?
Wait, so if a kid goes JUCO, then they still have 4 years of NCAA eligibility?
That's new.
Okay, I was about to say,
It's
when
new.
did they do
It's
that?
new. It was last year, 2 years ago. You can go.
So you're saying I have 2 years of JUCO eligibility right now?
Oh, I don't know if that works like that. I don't know, actually. I don't know if it's flip-flop, but I do know that you can go to JUCO for 2 years and then have 4 years of eligibility.
That's insane.
So as a coach, why would I take the 17-year-old out of high school when I can take the 22-year-old out of JUCO?
Well, it also depends on which D1 it is, because if it's mid-major, like,
But even then, like Veronica went to Southeastern Louisiana.
well, yeah, but that was under different circumstances.
Right, but still, would I take her, who has played at JU, who has played at Daytona State, who has proven accolades and records, or would I take Kenna, who is fresh out of high school and never played college?
I think it also depends on the type of coach you are. Like softball, like you're saying, baseball and softball, I think is definitely different there because some coaches want to develop kids. But, I mean, now with the transfer portal,
Right.
they may be kind of shifting their strategy there. But
Who was a better ball player, 17-year-old Hallie or 20-year-old Hallie?
not 20-year-old Hallie.
Really?
Sophomore slump was a thing for Hallie, for sure. Hallie had a sophomore slump. So definitely 19-year-old Hallie was definitely better than 20-year-old Hallie.
Who was more mature as an athlete?
But 21-year-old Hallie and 22-year-old Hallie definitely better than 19, 20.
So then you had a freshman slump, then you had a sophomore banger, you in 21, then 22, 20. You could have been in college, you were 23, 24. I mean, Kenna's got, I think, a teammate
If I
at
was
Tampa
in
who's
college-
25. The catcher, I think, at UT Tampa is like 25.
That's insane. I played with a girl who was, I think, 24 when she graduated. But
So-
she had to take a skip year because it was before the whole portal stuff. So she left without a release. So she had to sit a year, and then she got a COVID year, and then also had a redshirt year.
So
she
let's throw this out there.
She was old.
You do 2 years at JUCO,
Yeah.
then you redshirt,
19, 20, 21.
then you freshman year, then you get hurt in redshirt,
23.
then you sophomore,
24,
junior,
25,
senior.
26.
You can do 8 years.
That's insane. I'm 26 right now.
You can still be playing college softball.
Shut up. You're going to make me have more regrets in my life.
So like
kidding.
my recruiting process, I didn't take the visits. I got all the letters. I talked to all the coaches. It was cool to have high school coaches come out to high school games or college coaches come out to high school games. I think what happens less and less now is, and maybe it's different because I was in Miami, but like when we would play states and districts and all, like there was there was radar guns up, like it was up. High tournaments, like travel ball tournaments and showcases. Obviously, we'll talk about baseball and the difference from softball, but I don't know very many high school baseball games that I have been to, and I've been to a handful, where there's more than one radar gun that goes up to
Yeah.
judge a pitcher.
I never had a college coach at a high school game ever. Now, at the state tournament, there were like the local
Yeah.
Baton Rouge Community College came out there, and, Southeastern, they were out there. But it's because it was in their backyard. And also, like, college coaches only get a certain amount of, like, recruiting trips. So they're not wasting those recruiting trips on high school games.
Yeah.
Not for
Fair.
softball, at least.
That's fair. Yeah, we had definitely a different recruiting process because we played, University of Miami was in our backyard. UF wasn't far. FSU was a little bit farther, but it's like there was every bit of Georgia, LSU, like there was big colleges at our high school games and then at our showcases too. So
Yeah,
for
they
us,
were all at showcases for us.
yeah, and for the showcase recruiting part of it is different because my parents were teachers. Like they weren't making buku bucks.
Right.
I didn't have a personal trainer. I didn't have any of that stuff really. But I had everything I needed and I was able to play ball wherever I wanted. And a lot of that was on sponsored teams. So like sponsored, not in the sense of our gear was sponsored, but in our sense of our travel and uniforms and like
Wild.
that stuff was sponsored. So we would like fly to a tournament. My parents would pay their way. My way is paid.
That's crazy.
Like we would go to, I told you this when we were younger,
Yeah, I know.
we would have
Every
like
time you say it, it still blows
a
my
little
mind.
bus. It was like, it's called the Miami Raiders or the Florida Raiders, whatever we were. And a lot of
the Raider
kids,
bus.
yeah, the Raider bus.
We had a bomber
literally
bus.
What it was. It was that the Florida Legends, who I also played for, which was like there was the Bombers and the Legends and the Pokers. We would travel the country in a bus.
We had a bomber bus. I never rode the bomber bus, but we had it. It sat in the parking lot outside the facility.
Yeah, my buddy, he's a high school, he's a travel ball, he's a son, travel ball coach in Valdosta, in Georgia, and I think 5-Tool Mafia is like their name of their, or whatever, it's something Mafia, and somebody in their organization bought an RV, like one of the,
big
and it's just it has the mafia, like it's wrapped.
Yeah.
So they travel as like they're 12-year-olds and they're.
Yeah, our bomber bus was wrapped, but like I said, it literally sat in the parking lot.
Yeah. So the recruiting process is different because my high school coach knew a lot of local people, but didn't know a lot of like big like people. And I think now that I'm looking more into it, is more that like the travel coaches is where the recruiting happens, not high school for baseball.
1000% for softball too.
Yeah. I told somebody today, I said, I was talking to literally one of my contractors. I was like, bro, he said, yeah, my son just played on his travel team. He's facing 90, 91, 92. And he goes back to high school. He's facing 78, 80, and he's struggling. I said,
high school,
it doesn't matter. Like,
it doesn't matter.
It's high school spurts. High school sports is now a social growth. Like you grow as a human, like you grow as a teammate. But in terms of like development and your tools and like getting you to college, very, very rarely is a high school getting you to a big college.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a good point there. What you said is like
Took
high
us
school ball.
20 minutes to get there.
Yeah, 100%. 12. High school ball is not for like performance. It's for building how good of a teammate you are. Because high school ball is like when you're at a tournament, you're worried about yourself. It's not as much of a we thing. It's a me thing because everybody out there's trying to get recruited. But in high school ball, like that's where you build the camaraderie. That's how you become a good teammate.
That's the we over me.
Exactly, because you're trying to get to state. You're trying to win the state tournament. So.
Correct. I agree.
Yeah, a little focus shift in high school ball. You get to have a little bit of fun and
I talk to the girls, like Kenna and Grayson and Tatum and Addie, and it's like, yeah, I play with my friends. Like I'm like we're not very good, but I play with my friends.
Yeah,
and it's like, and that's what it has shifted from where before travel ball was you got invited to travel ball, and now in order to get recruited, you need to play travel ball.
Yeah.
Need to is aggressive, but you get seen more often.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. How about what's your recruiting story?
So I have like a very long drawn out recruiting story. I was always the little guy. I was always told like don't go D1. You're too small to go D1. There's other schools out there. Like there's somewhere for you to play. Da. So I never even like put my foot out there for D1 ball because that's just bad direction, you know? So I never even put my foot out there. So I was looking at D2s, NAIAs, stuff like that. So my sophomore year of high school, this was before the signing age thing. My sophomore year of high school, I signed with an NAIA in Alexandria, Louisiana, LSUA. And so once I signed with them, that next summer, I played on the assistant coach's travel ball team, and it I don't know. It's looking back, I'm like, oh, this is a cheat code. But looking back now, I'm very, very thankful. So I played for his travel ball team, and then for 2 summers or whatever it was, and maybe it was my junior year. I could be mistaken on what year this was. Fast forward to, I have made my class schedule for LSUA. I'm like in the summer before college. I've made my class schedule. I've got my ID. Like I've got everything. I'm ready to go. I have my roommate, my dorm, everything. 2 weeks before school started, 3 weeks before school started, we're in the car on the way to our last tournament for the summer, and I get a phone call from the assistant coach of LSUA. It's like, hey, the head coach left. And we were just told that they're not hiring back any of the remaining coaching staff. So, like, he now didn't have a job. We just assumed that, like, he was going to get the head coach job. I was going to stay there because I loved him. Whole nine. We're still very close.
Yeah.
So he goes, so we've got 2 days to get you re-recruited. And I was like, oh, okay, great. So looking back now, biggest blessing ever because I definitely sold myself short going into college because, you know, I was always told all these things of me not being good enough. So he was like, all right, what time are you getting to the hotel? Told him our ETA. He had like 5 coaches waiting for me in the lobby. So that tournament, you know, just played ball. We left that tournament and went straight from that tournament to 3 visits.
Oh, nice.
Like boom, boom, boom. Ended up, I didn't have to like get a release or anything because it was NAIA and NCAA they don't play ball together. So just dumped it, just pretty much ghosted the college and left that to the wind. And then so I went to 3 different visits. This was insane. We went to Mississippi. No, I went to 2 visits. We had 3 scheduled. I went to 2. We went straight from the tournament to Mississippi at Delta State. And then, right, I think that's Mississippi, in the middle of freaking nowhere. BFE. I was like, absolutely not. I'm not coming here. Or I'm not going there. And we went from there straight to Southern Arkansas. And my best friend was already signed to play at Southern Arkansas. And she actually texted the coach and was like, hey, this is what happened. And he was like, I could use an outfielder slapper. So we went on a visit there the next day. And then I decided, like, yeah, I'm going to go there. So that was my first. So those were my first 2 NLIs. That's what last night when Kenna, one of the girls at DBAT, she signed yesterday. And she walked in and we were like, yeah, good job, congrats, whatever. And I was like, first of many ? She was like, what? And I was like, I don't know. I signed 3, so you never know.
Letters of intent.
Yeah. So went home, signed that on my kitchen counter. That was my signing day.
I didn't have one of those either.
I didn't have a signing day. I actually rebelled against my signing day because our high school coach was terrible, so bad. Literally told us oh, stats don't matter in the recruiting process. She was a blazing idiot.
Yeah.
And so everybody signed on signing day at the high school, and I told her no, and we drove to Alexandria, and I signed at LSUA.
Nice.
So it was just kind of a little middle finger to her. So, yeah, ended up going to Southern Arkansas for 2 years, got my release, signed my 3rd NLI to Tarleton.
Nice. Yeah,
that's my recruiting story.
I never did a signing day or any of that, but when I went from FGCU, I've told my story multiple times, got in trouble, left FGCU and went to go play in Ranger, Texas. Didn't visit, didn't know what it was, didn't know where I was going, didn't look it up. Just said the coach that was at FGCU knew one of the coaches there, and the process was hey, go there for a year, you'll come back next year if you have a good year. I go to Ranger, and that coach that I was supposed to go there for left.
Really?
Yeah, left the day I got there. So I was stuck.
Isn't that lovely? Because it's hey, you commit your whole life to this school and this location, but I am going to have zero
It happened to me
loyalty
twice.
to stick around.
It happened to me twice. So
But it's I get it too. It's they can't, it's their career too.
Correct.
They're not.
Yeah, 100%.
They're not worried about the kids.
We get to Ranger, and I hate it and whatever, and did all the things, and it's because it's a small town, talk about boondocks.
The boonies.
The boonies. Sheetz gas station and a McDonald's and a tanning salon in the middle of Texas. That's all we had. And then when I went to Miami-Dade, I didn't need to visit because it was a local community college, and I knew that well. Went there, went and played in the Valley, in the Virginia Valley League for summer ball, Rockbridge Rapids. And I got recruited by this place out of Philly called Philadelphia University. I don't even remember why I decided to go there. I don't know why I decided to go there. But the pitching coach at the time, I think, was one of the big reasons why I decided to go there. And I got there, and 2 months in, he transfers out to, I want to say Illinois, or University of Illinois or Illinois State. And all the pitchers, and he was legit. I feel like he was legitimate. Arm care, great, all the things. He was legit. We never had a pitching coach.
They didn't replace him?
They did, but and if you listen to this, Coach Lally, you were awesome. I really appreciated you. But he was a undergrad. He was 23.
GA.
He was a young kid,
Okay.
Young guy too.
It was his first job.
You're right, or one of his first jobs. And he was great, but he was he was just a homie. And then they replaced, or they got another coach, Eric Smith. Coach Smith was dope, but he was Smitty, but he was not a pitcher. He was an infield hitter guy. He was not a pitcher. So our head coach assumed the role as a pitching coach because he was a catcher. So we had a catcher assuming the role as a pitching coach.
That's actually more common than you think.
Yeah, I know, but
because catchers,
with all due respect to Horvey,
they may not be able to physically pitch, but they know how to pitch.
Horvat did not.
All right. I stand
All respect to
corrected.
Horvey. And then he's done a great job and all the things. We didn't get along at all, and I threw a lot of parties, and he had to go to bat for me a lot because I got in trouble a lot. But we just didn't have I didn't have the tools that I feel like I needed to be successful from a pitcher. A lot of other pitchers were successful, but a lot of them had their own pitching coaches, and I just was kind of like.
Wait, they had their own individual pitching
Like
coaches
back home, like
while in
Connecticut, or like they're from Connecticut, or
That's crazy.
like so they had like trainers,
Yeah. So, but during school, were they like going back and forth to like see
it was
these
two
pitching
or
coaches?
3 hours from home, so like they could go home on the weekend. No, I couldn't go home on the
But
weekend.
were they doing that?
I think a couple of them, like, because there was a group from Connecticut that came over as a group. There was like 4 kids,
Okay.
and I feel like they would go home, or they would on breaks and stuff. Like at least they had like some kind of
That's insane.
instruction. But anyways, so went to Philly U and just landed there. But I did go on a recruiting trip, but it was more of like a drink fest and like come get fucked up and come hang out, and like we're gonna take you to the bars and we're gonna show you a good time, and which is I guess is part of recruiting, but it was less about the facility and like the it was more about the boys.
Yeah. Parents, close your ears now. Official visits. That's what those are for.
Yeah. Sorry. They're going to take you to the bar. They're going to show you a good
The
time.
official visit where you drop your kid off and leave them for the weekend, they're not.
They're drunk.
Yeah.
Your kid is
They're
drinking.
going to a football game, and that's where the team is going to decide whether or not your kid is going to be a good teammate or not.
And it doesn't mean you didn't raise them right. It doesn't mean they're going to sin. But it doesn't mean you didn't raise them right. It doesn't mean anything, nothing to do with you. It's just, are they going to be part of the team? Are they going to be able to hang out?
They will be the most protected that weekend than they will ever be because
They're the new recruit.
they're the new recruit. And if anything happens to them, it is
team is-
everybody else's butt.
Yeah. So I was always hey, we have a new recruit, come show them around. And it was that, I would get in trouble for partying, but then, hey, the new recruit is in town. Like, you should show him around.
I never went on an official visit. So, like, that's what
Me
you're
neither.
talking about. Like, the official visits is whenever, football season is right.
Hey, you're going to stay with somebody.
You're going to stay with one of the girls.
Yeah.
And that's what they do.
And you don't get hazed then. That's
No,
not hazing.
it's not hazing.
You get hazed later. Yeah.
We never hazed.
You guys never did the freshman like
No,
no?
absolutely not. We're
Really?
women.
Yeah, but like and again, this is not right, but like we would
And now
have a
they have
freshman
cracked
initiation.
down on that crap.
You didn't have freshman initiation?
No,
Okay.
absolutely not. And they have cracked down on that so hard.
Yeah, but we didn't
once
haze
that
the way
kid
old people hazed.
Dude, there was a kid that died from hazing when I was in college, and then they made like a huge statement, and they like put their foot down on that crap.
I mean, we just usually invite them to the house and like we play like 21 questions and we're
Edward Two
drinking and
Hands or
we're
whatever
shots
it
and
is,
yeah,
Edward 40
Edward
Hands.
40 hands. Yeah, that's kind of the hazing.
Ugh.
Which I got
we
hazed
did not
at
do
Philly U
that.
because I was the freshman,
Yeah, you were.
but I was a junior and I was like, I'm not doing this.
Oh, absolutely not. This is the one episode we didn't make this disclaimer.
Oh yeah, don't do what we did. We're telling you about our stories. We're not suggesting you do these things, but it is real life in college. So learn from our mistakes. Don't play Edward 40 hands.
Do not.
Don't
It
let
is
them.
Stupid.
Don't let them tape
It's dumb.
40-ounce beers to your hands and untape your hands until you finish. It's done.
Men. That's the difference between men and women. The softball girls, they might just go drink a
Did you
little
slap
bit.
the bag? Softball girls, did you guys do that?
Yeah, I wonder if that's still a thing.
It has to be. That's your equivalent of Edward 40 hands.
No.
No?
Come on.
You're drinking wine out of a bag.
Well, listen, when I was in college, they started putting twisted tea in bags.
Okay, even worse.
Even worse.
We're drinking malt liquor. You're drinking twisted teas.
Tweez.
Twisted teas.
Ugh.
But yeah, I mean, the recruiting process is super fun. I wish I would have done it better, and like I would have taken trips to like actually go
Yeah,
visit the places that I turned down.
Yeah, that's fair. There was only one college that I didn't go and like see the college when I was still considering them, but it was like you said, like I'd been there before. It was to Nichols. Like I'd been to Nichols. I had friends that were at Nichols, so I was like, that wasn't one where we're like, oh, we need to make that 6-hour road trip to go see somewhere. I've literally played ball there before.
And I never got like a University of Florida. I never got any of those big ones. So like maybe that's why the lure wasn't there for me. But I never got those things because I feel like I didn't work hard enough to like advance myself past my like sophomore year. Like I was just really, really good. And I just kind of stayed there because I never like worked at getting better.
I didn't realize that like not going to the colleges like was a thing until Veronica. Like me and her, we were talking a lot during the summer whenever she was trying to find a home for her last year, and I was like, "Oh, well, did you go on a visit?" She was like, "What?" I was like,
I mean, she visited.
"See the college."
She
She went
visited
to Southeastern.
to Dalton, or I don't somewhere in Georgia. She went on a.
She
She
did.
drove to Georgia
Okay,
and in I was like Tifton, Georgia. She's like, I'm not playing out here.
Yeah.
No, nowhere.
That's the thing is like you need to go see. It's not even necessarily like you need to go see the school. You need to go see the town because, contrary to popular belief, you are not going just to do school and ball. You also have to live in this
You have to
environment.
be a resident of that town.
You have to live in this environment, and if this is an environment that is not for you, you don't need to go there. That was another big playing factor to me leaving Southern Arkansas was that town was as big as downtown Sanford, just downtown.
Yeah.
Like the entire town. We had a Walmart. There
That's
was a
bigger than
food
Ranger.
truck. It was bigger than Ranger. There was a food truck that had hibachi and one sports bar. And a Jimmy John's that came later because my coach at the time literally built it.
When I left Ranger, we had a Dollar General being built.
Yeah. It's just, you have to go see the town. If you are somebody, you also have to think about your off days, right? Because if you go to school and you only focus on school and ball, you are going to go mad. You're going to go crazy. You have to also be a human outside of that because prior to college, you are not being a full-time athlete. You're not. You may be getting close, but you're not being a full-time athlete. So once you get there, you also have to go through the adjustment period of like, okay, what am I going to do that also makes me feel like a human? If you like to hike, go to a school that's driving distance to where you can go hike.
Yeah.
If you like to go kayak, find a school where they have a river you can go kayak. You know, like if you like to go to a farmer's market, make sure that that town has a farmer's market. It's like the little things that you don't think of.
Remind you of home.
Yeah. Yeah. Something that reminds you of home. Or if you're a homebody, go somewhere that's driving distance. You can go home on the weekends if you need to go have dinner with your parents, you know?
I think we get so caught up. I got so caught up in chasing the baseball dream that like I didn't find a school that felt homey. And then that's where like a lot of my disconnect came from. Like, I mean, I just sat at home and played video games in my dorm.
I think that was a big baseball thing. Every time we went.
Listen, we play video games. Like that's the thing. But I never like got out and enjoyed Philly.
Yeah. And that's a big town too, or city.
Yeah.
You would think that you would go and do that.
Like there was like, I mean, there's plenty of like farmers markets and.
But it's also not like a college town per se.
Well, I mean, you got Temple, you got there's the big three in Center City. You got Temple, Villanova, St. Joe's. Those are all like at UPenn's, like Temple, Villanova, St. Joe's, and UPenn are all like in.
Okay, so there was a
there's a bunch of
college
yeah.
kids. Okay,
yeah,
perfect.
yeah. It's just we were on the outside of it. So like think of like downtown Orlando versus like Sanford.
Got
like
it.
we were in
You were
Sanford.
in Sanford.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Makes sense.
And we were in it was called Manayunk, and like that. I mean, that strip was all bars and restaurants. And like a college kid, I couldn't afford. But
yeah,
I mean,
that's fair too.
and you had, I mean, listen, I didn't do it the right way, and I should have. But like, I didn't go to an Eagles game, which is crazy.
Never.
Didn't go to a Phillies game until I went to one Phillies game. Didn't go to a Flyers game. Like, that's a sports town. Like, those are things that I wish I would have done differently. And again, I didn't have the money to do it. But I went to a Kenny Chesney concert. Like
You
I
can scrape
tailgate.
it up.
Yeah, I could have.
And you can go to ball games for cheap.
I could
if
have,
you
but I didn't
sit
want to.
in the wrong seats.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. And like the big thing with Philly that I learned is like it's a big tailgate city. Like we're gonna go to the tailgate.
Yeah, that's
we're
free.
gonna that's free. But I wasn't a big drinker, or actually I was, but I wouldn't drink and drive. So like getting inconvenience to take the train, we didn't do that in Florida.
Public transportation is terrifying to me.
I took a subway in New York and I almost had a panic attack.
And you're a big guy.
I was freaked out.
I've been to New York a few times. I'm like,
I'll never take a
absolutely not.
subway again.
I walk past like the little stairs to get down there, and I'm
I'll
like,
never
"Ooh."
take a subway again. Like,
Heebie-jeebies.
I'd be okay if I never took one again.
Why was it so scary?
It was just like nobody has respect for personal space,
Oh
which
my
is
God,
obviously.
no.
And like I'm sitting here, like literally in this chair, and this little lady, she was sitting on my lap, and she
How do you
literally,
not talk to
she
her?
literally says, "Can I sit here?" And I said, "Oh, there's not much room." She goes, "It's okay," and she just sits, and so she's got one leg up like this, and she's telling me how like she goes to work and she works at her family's Chinese restaurant, and and this is how she gets to work every day, and I'm like, well, like.
Sitting in my lap.
Like literally butt cheek on my thigh. But then it's like butt cheek on my thigh, somebody's butt's in my face.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, get out. Like move. Like there needs to be somebody saying, "Hey, 5 people at a time," because like then getting on the train, you're fighting to get on. Like it's like I can see how those fights break out. So I would never go to school in New York.
No. I've like been on work trips to New York and stuff, and I'm walking around and I'm like, there's no children anywhere.
There's not.
Nowhere. I don't.
Not in the city.
May have seen like a kid or two, but like one morning I woke up because I wanted to go. We had to be at a Jeter event like really early, so I was like, well, and we were only there for 24 hours. So I was like, well, I want to see a little bit, huh?
With Leighton?
Yeah. I was like, I want to see a little bit of the city. So I woke up early to go see the 9/11 memorial. And I'm walking around, and on my way back to my hotel, it's like go to school time. I'm like, there's no school buses, and there's no children, but there has to be schools. Like what? There has to be
and that's
kids
another
going
thing
to
too.
school
Like,
here.
if I would have gone to school in New York, I would have never left my house, or I would have been so out of place because I didn't. There's no grass. Like,
oh my gosh.
So the recruiting trips I think are very important.
Insanely important. That's what when you said you didn't go, I was like, what?
And I think separate from like the baseball playing aspect. A good point that you make that is a nugget is like go find a place that feels a little bit like home, or that you can conceptualize, hey, this is kind of homey. I can make this like home.
100%.
Philly, like snowing, plowing my driveway, like having to drive in the snow in the eye. Like,
Yeah, that's a foreign language to you.
Dude, I had a truck that had 2-wheel drive. The amount of times I pulled out of my driveway and slid on the driveway, were ridiculous. The amount of times I fell in the ice, like
yeah,
I had Timberlands.
Yes.
I didn't have duck boots.
Yeah.
Or what are called, the bean, yeah.
I don't know, you're asking the wrong person.
Never had that. So I think it's cool that I learned this from Kenna. It was like because Kenna got an offer from West Point. Did you know that?
Go, yeah, I think you said that.
And she didn't do it. She didn't go, but she just didn't want to do the Army thing.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm like, dude, what? It's West Point.
Yeah,
like
it's different for minimum.
You get like 70 or 80 grand just like in stipends out of after. And she's like, yeah, but that's not where I want to go. Not where I want to go. I want to be I love Tampa.
Yeah.
It's cool.
She's going to have a great time over there.
100%.
It's going to be a good fit for her. They grind. Stop it. They grind over there, and they're a good program.
They're a great program. Like even as a baseball player, Tampa would have been a great, cool spot to go to. But I was so stuck on going D1 that I didn't even consider Nova Southeastern University a 98% scholarship. I passed that up for a 25% scholarship because I wanted to go D1.
Yeah, see, I was the opposite. I was like,
you're smart.
Avoiding D1. Well, no, but I just didn't have the knowledge. Like nobody in my family was like a college athlete.
Yeah.
Nobody in my family even graduated college.
I think I was the second one.
So
in my third, my dad.
It was but we didn't know what the heck we were doing.
Yeah.
And I was from small town Louisiana. I didn't even play softball in Louisiana until the last 2 years of high school. There wasn't good ball.
We need Christine to come on after this one.
Yeah, we need
just talking about recruiting. But like my recruiting process was my dad just sending emails on my behalf.
Your dad did it? Oh my gosh, grow up.
I didn't know. I don't think I had game. Like there wasn't really much game film. I had like perfect game stuff.
I think that's more of that's a newer thing, like Game Changer.
But even like perfect game, like I have if you look me up on perfect game, like there's stats, but I did a perfect game and I didn't perform well. That's the only perfect game I did because the other ones you had to pay for. So on my performance, I was like an 8 out of 10, and I say I didn't perform well. My velocity wasn't in the 90s where it normally was. It was like 86 to 87 because I was pressing and I was throwing to the radar gun.
Right.
So I didn't perform well up to my capabilities at the showcase. So if you look me up, I'm telling you I throw 92, 93. You're seeing on video I threw 86, 87. Yeah. Where's the gap? There's not much proof for it. So I think now I realize the importance of Twitter and the Rapsodo and all these things, but we didn't have that. And my dad was under the impression that if you're good enough, they'll find you.
It used to be like that.
But not when I was growing. Like, I think maybe when he was growing up, if you're good enough, they'll find you. But when I was growing up, like there's how many, like there's so many, how are they supposed to find you?
Oh, that's
how is Arizona State University supposed to find the kid in Florida?
Because all those coaches talk. Dude, college coaches, they may be rivals on the field, but they all talk.
Yeah, but why would if you're my rival, or if you're Ole Miss and I'm LSU, yo, did you see that kid in Florida? He's dirty. Like, why would I give you that?
No, they do though. It's like, okay, there's this really good outfielder in Louisiana. my outfield is stacked for the next 7 years. Oh, I need an outfielder. Oh, there's this kid in Louisiana that.
Yeah. If they don't need you.
Yeah, well, of course.
Yeah.
They're not going to say, oh, I'm looking at
Everybody
this
needs
kid
a pitcher.
trying to sign this kid.
Everybody needs a pitcher.
In baseball.
Yeah.
Softball is different.
Softball too. Everybody.
Well, yes, everybody needs a pitcher, but softball pitching staffs are nowhere near a baseball pitching staff. There's a
7 to 12 deep.
That's what I'm saying. Battery staffs in baseball.
I think in college it's 4 starting pitchers.
For baseball or softball?
Yeah. So you have a Friday night, a Saturday night, or baseball.
Wild. I
So
know,
4 starting pitchers.
Crazy.
You have a closer. Probably got a righty reliever and a lefty reliever. And then you got 2 guys on in the long reliever space.
That's insane.
So you got like a 10 to 12 man staff.
We have like a Friday ace, a Saturday ace, and like 2 closers.
Yeah, so you got 4, we got 10.
And then like a floater that can come pick up where they need.
I mean, and again, with all due respect to coaches, their job is to find somebody to replace you. But when you get to college,
100%.
The coach is actively looking for people who are better than you.
100%. But our roster, NCAA also just shortened the roster sizes for softballs or softballs for softball teams. So I want to see what it is actually.
That's interesting. But yeah, you also don't see very many position players that pitch in baseball, and I think you have that in softball, don't you?
No.
No?
There are a few. Like you've got, I'm pretty sure Carlin Pickens also plays a position, and Nigeri can also, but no, not often. I mean, why would you? We don't have huge battery staffs, so why are you putting them out there risking them getting hurt? Now, let me tell you, there was a pitcher at Baylor. She graduated from Ole Miss last year, but she played at Baylor when we played there. Her name was Aaliyah Binford. Holy cow. She was a dog, an athlete.
Yeah.
She was probably one of the scariest pitchers I've faced, and I've faced much better pitchers than her. It was just like her mound presence.
Well, is she like she's like a really like jacked girl from Baylor? No, that's Oregon. The girl from Oregon's a unit.
Is she?
Yeah, a blonde chick. And she's like electric. I was watching her in the college. I think it's Oregon. Yeah.
No, Aaliyah Binford, and then they pulled her out of the circle and then put her on third, and then the next inning she was at first. It was like, can you just put her on the bench? Like, she's terrifying. But no, she was just such a good athlete, but it's not common at all.
So you're looking up the
max roster. Yeah, 25 players.
On the roster?
On the roster. And we don't have, like, IRs.
And you only get 8 scholarships? 8 full scholarships? 12 full scholarships?
The previous system was based on a scholarship limit of 12 players, not a roster size limit. Okay. So, yeah, 12 scholarships.
So, and sorry to break this to all parents out there, but getting a full athletic scholarship from like purely 100% athletic from baseball or softball, to my knowledge, is few and far between. Oh, you got one? No academic help.
None.
Not like a bright futures.
Listen, not big brains on Hallie over here.
Really?
I was a horrible test taker.
Fair.
Very bad test taker. That's why I got an art degree, because we didn't take a lot of tests. We had a lot of projects and a lot of papers.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't think like full baseball scholarships, pure athletic, are as big as they used to be, or not are big. Period. Like I think there's academic, there's athletic. Yeah. Like now with the NIL, like it's a whole other conversation.
No, when we say like softball, there's 12 full rides. They can take those full rides and
break them up.
This has nothing to do with the new NIL stuff. I don't know how all that works. They change that crap every week. They'll take these 12 scholarships, and it's like, okay, you might get 20% of it. This girl might get 30% of it. They can break it up however they please, but you're getting 12 scholarships divided up between 25 people.
25 people.
You better hit the books, kid.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't have bad grades. I was out of state, so I didn't get any in-state help.
Gotcha.
Now, if I went to school in Louisiana, I would have had academic
Same with me
stuff.
in Philly. I didn't get it.
And
it's more expensive for me being like they charge you more as an out-of-state kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wild. Yeah. But yeah, so no, I didn't have any academic help. I lie. My first year at Tarleton, there was some little like $2,000 scholarship,
stipend.
Something or another for being in the art program. I got that, but it was only for the first year. So my second year when I got my full ride, then it was just that.
But yeah, man, like I think the recruiting process has changed so much, and I think parents, like, you need to and kids, you need to
Stay on top.
educate yourself
Yes,
of
because
like
it changes.
what actually can happen, what's out there. Like, have a Twitter, but remember that the coaches are looking at and the first thing I've started to do, thanks to Kenna, is when I hire people, I pull up their Instagram and their Twitter.
Absolutely.
I didn't ever
and
do it.
TikTok. All you kids out there that think these college coaches are not on TikTok, they are.
35. I'm on TikTok and I look at stuff just to see who we're hiring.
Well, yeah, because people think that, oh, well, TikTok is just for the younger kids. They're not looking at my TikTok, and my TikTok's just for fun. But if you're doing a dance to a song with slurs in it,
I mean, Morgan Wallen got in trouble from Snapchat. You don't think you can get in trouble from TikTok? Like,
yeah,
I'm confused.
no, literally, like that stuff needs to be so clean.
Yeah,
like
be kids, enjoy your youth,
yeah,
but like
do your little TikTok dances, but don't be doing dirty TikTok dances where you're
getting in trouble,
shaking your butt around.
Yeah, you are an extension of the school, and like what you do reflects poorly on the athletic program. So people they will take into consideration that. So that's like whenever I got in trouble for drinking, for throwing parties, it was like, well, that your team's gonna run, you're gonna sit there and watch them run because you're making us look bad.
Yeah, you are 100% an extension of that school. If you get caught with something in your hand with a freaking school logo on it, your butt is toast.
And you made a good point. Like, if I don't agree with Christina on this, but she said it and we never talked about it. We'll talk about it again. If you are getting actively recruited, like, and you're only wearing one school, like your dream school is Florida, and you're only going to wear Florida stuff and all, like, and I'm Texas or I'm UM or I'm FSU, like, I get it. You're from Gainesville. You want to go to Florida.
Yeah.
But if I'm recruiting you, I don't want somebody who doesn't want to be here.
Right.
So like when you're in this recruiting process, like, remember, you're just a number. You're a cog in the wheel to like this recruiting process. So when you're getting, a recruiting shirt from Florida and Georgia, and don't just be only wearing one school, because I feel like, to your point, in the off chance a coach is like, no, like I hate the Florida Gators, and like then you don't get recruited by that school because that coach, like, I wouldn't take that risk.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Like, I don't.
And maybe it's fictitious. Like maybe. I'm not taking the chance that the old timer who's the head coach at Ole Miss hates LSU so much because he got a bum ankle in the championship, and he's like, I don't recruit anybody who likes LSU, and then you are wearing LSU shit, and then you don't go to Ole Miss.
100%. So you kind of skipped over exactly what you were saying because we referred back to something that didn't get posted. So what he's saying is, if you go to like a Florida camp and they give you a Florida t-shirt, don't wear that Florida t-shirt in every Instagram post that you post.
Make a post, show you were there, like celebrate it, and then like
that shirt
wear it into the gym.
Yeah.
Like every post, every sort can't be a certain college in hopes that college, because I guarantee you no college is recruiting you because you're wearing their stuff.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So just be mindful of what you're wearing, what you're posting,
what you're wearing, what you're posting, what you're saying,
and where you are, because especially now with social media, everybody's videoing everything. Everybody's making TikToks all the time. If you are in the back of one of those, you have no control over whether it is live or not, because it is not your account.
Yeah, and listen, like parents, the kids are going to party. They're going to do that. Like, they're going to do what kids do. They're going to explore all the things. But like, the kids also know that, like, that in my day, you could do stuff and like, and I'm not even that old, but like in my day, and you can get away with some stuff but now everything is videoed. Somebody's taking a story. One of your friends thinks she's an influencer. One of her friends thinks that she's going to be the next whatever, and is always like this. So you get caught in the back of a video, or you're in a spot where you shouldn't be. And like, especially when you're like driving, and like, just be mindful of social media in the recruiting process.
And by not going to parties in high school is not going to kill your social status. It's really not.
It's not. And like,
your social status in high school means absolutely nothing.
When you get to
college.
think
I talked to 2 people from high school.
Mm-hmm. I don't talk to anybody really. I talk to like 1 or 2 people, but I talk to one of my teachers more than I talk to kids. We talked about this yesterday, and as we're like wrapping this up, my biggest advice to high school kids and college kids, because it's signing day, is you worked, and it's a device. This is me speaking to myself that I wish I could have heard, even though somebody told me this and I didn't hear it. I listened to it, but I didn't hear it. or I heard it, but I didn't listen to it, is
You
that
didn't absorb the info.
I didn't absorb it, is that you worked so hard to get to this point. Don't let the parties and the status and the drinking and the college stuff
All of life.
ruin what your purpose is. My purpose was to use college as a platform to extend my career to get to the MLB.
Yeah.
I didn't use the weight room. I didn't use the nutrition. I didn't use I didn't use the tools that I was given. And were they great? No, but they were there. They were there. I didn't use the resources to get to my next step.
Yeah.
I used college as a outlet to have fun, party, all the things, and that was great. It shaped me to who I am today. But all of you that got to this next step, where they're getting to that next step, remember the 4 or 5 year old that wish they could get to college to play sports, and like, you got to college, but the job's not done.
100%.
Finish the drill.
Yeah. A thing that I heard last year that really stuck with me, and I was like, man, I wish I would have heard this when I was in college, is the journey is the dream. Your dream is to get to college. Your dream now, that if you have signed, your dream now is to go win a World Series or to go win a conference championship or to be an All-American. The journey is the dream. So that's every day waking up and putting your best foot forward to achieve that dream. So don't let the noise impact your journey to achieving that dream.
And I fully stand by, go to the big football game, go to the basketball game, pregame it, do homecoming, do all those things, but in moderation.
100%. Be smart. Because I guarantee you, all those girls at OU, they're not doing that crap.
No, and it's funny, like I was reading.
They're going to football games, but they're only going to football games.
Yeah, and I was reading this book, and it said, and I'm not too versed in the Bible yet, but the Sabbath was like a day of rest and a day of rejoicing, and so if you need one day out of the week to like be a human and like enjoy that, great, you have your one day. But it's when you have Tuesday, twisted Tuesdays, wasted Wednesdays, thirsty Thursdays, like
girls' night,
the bachelor night, and then it just turns into like sick. Then you're so when is the work?
You're drinking 5 days a week. You're
drinking 5 days a week.
When your body's not recovered, and you feel like ass.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and you're wondering why you can't perform.
Your joints hurt. You're not getting better. You're slow.
Saturday night,
freshman 15.
Saturday night, enjoy it. Great. Friday night, cool. Friday into Saturday, great. Go watch a football game.
Only in the fall. You got to play those days in the spring.
Right, in the fall. You want to watch some college football and drink with the boys? Great. Saturday. Don't pregame the Sunday night football. The Birds play on Sunday? Great. Maybe then you party Saturday and just eat wings on Sunday. Like, there's got to be a balance.
We're not suggesting you party.
But you're going to, so do it responsibly. Because if you don't, if you think your kid is not going to party, then you're absolutely mistaken. Yeah,
100%.
Cool. Episode 7.
Don't lose the noise, because that stuff's there when you graduate.
Yeah, don't let the noise distract you from the goal.
Amen.
Peace.
Peace.